Top of the morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options with your morning market preparation video for January 23rd, 2018. So those bulls, my goodness, look at them run. They're running so hard it makes you wonder how much longer they can continue to do that. Will their hearts explode from running so hard? I can't tell you. Currently this morning is a little bit of an odd morning. We had that earthquake in Alaska that seems to have sent the futures into a bit of a tailspin. They were positive all night long, and then just suddenly at about 6 a.m. this morning really started to get very fast in the price moves and pretty erratic. Currently, we've been down 40 or 50 points in the Dow futures. We've been up 40 or 50 points in the Dow futures, and we're currently sitting about flat. We're swinging around pretty erratically. Now that the tsunami warning has been removed from that earthquake, maybe we'll begin to stabilize here prior to the market open. I don't know. Currently, the market is showing Dow futures, and I certainly wouldn't hold on to this. Dow futures are just showing a very modest open. I mean, 4 or 5 points higher here in the Dow, but that's moving so quickly, anything is possible. Let's take a look at the price action here in the diamonds looks fantastic. Nice rally up, little tiny rest, popping through that consolidation, looking very, very strong here. So everything looks good here in the diamonds, albeit we do appear a bit stretched, particularly if you take a look at a weekly chart. That weekly run is really phenomenal, and we should be cautiously optimistic here. Right now, there's no reason to be bearish, but at the same time, there's certainly evidence that the market could be a little bit overextended, that profit taking could begin really at any time. I don't know what's going to make it happen, and I don't even know that there needs to be much of a catalyst other than just some profit takers saying, you know what, I'm starting to get nervous. I'm gonna start moving out or protecting some capital. Let's take a look at the SPY. Now, I think the SPY is actually in more of a dangerous position than the Dow is. And that's simply because how sharply it has run up. There's really been no rest. We had that one ugly day here, the gap up and pull back, and we had a little tiny resting day here. But other than that, we have just powered higher in the SPY with no apparent concern or fear of any selling coming in at all. That always makes me a little bit nervous. And once again, if you take a look at that weekly, that's just truly a meteoric rise on that weekly chart. Doesn't mean it has to sell off, okay? I don't want anybody to think that I'm suggesting or trying to predict that there's going to be a sell-off. Only that you should be a little bit cautious and expect something to occur at any time. If selling does come in, it shouldn't be a surprise. You should be prepared. Okay, and that's really the purpose of these videos. I do this every day as part of my market prep because it's really important for me to set my focus for the day. Where am I at in this market? How confident I am I in the trend, the direction, the bulls, the bears, and considering the overall news events that are scheduled to occur today, helps me prepare for my day and kind of sets me on a course what I'm thinking. And right now I'm optimistic on the market. I'm very optimistic on the market, but I'm just a little bit cautious right here. I want to protect myself and not chase in this market, just due to the fact that we seem to be a little bit stretched. Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs also set new record highs. All 4 indexes set new record highs. Q is very, very strong, and the NASDAQ is actually looking to extend that, and that's mostly due to the fact that the earnings on Netflix that just blew the doors off of earnings apparently, and is gapping 20, well, almost 30 points higher at this moment. Tremendous move here in Netflix, just blew the doors off of it. So that's certainly going to affect the NASDAQ and SPY today. Let's take a look at IWM. Even that IWM, the small caps even took off yesterday, creating new record highs. Nice hold of support here, nice holding trend, ripping through to new record highs in the market. So everything is coming up roses here for the market. Doesn't seem to be any fear whatsoever. If you look at the VIX pulling back as we rally here, just as you'd expect. It'll be interesting to see if we happen to catch a little support right through this area here in the VIX. Wouldn't be surprised, but also would not be at all surprised to see that break right on through and head back down here toward these low numbers if we keep rallying like this. Let's take a look at T21. 22. Now T21 22 is that 4-week new high new low ratio, and you can see we've moved up here close to that bearish reversal zone. We're kind of giving it a kiss to the bottom side here, and we could certainly rally much more. We can come clear up here into these areas, and just note that just because we're up here doesn't mean we necessarily have to fall. What it means is we could bounce around in it up in here for a while and stay extended for a period of time. You know, one of the things that I kind of learned the hard way as a trader is not predicting the market, because I used to look at a market like this and say, well, the market just absolutely needs to sell off. And with that thinking, I would get short. And I would fight the direction of the market. And trust me on this, none of us are big enough to fight a bull run like this. That will flat run you over if you fight this market. So don't predict that a turn is going to happen. Be prepared with a plan. If it does occur, you're ready, and you protect your profits, you protect your capital. But do not get in front of this predicting or fight this trend. It will get you like a fish, and your account is going to be torn apart trying to fight a bull run like this. Remember, we can stay like this for much, much longer than you can stay liquid. So don't fight that move. When we look at the economic calendar, there's almost nothing on the calendar worthwhile today. We have Richmond Fed manufacturing. Don't expect that to move the market at all today. A couple bond auctions. And then after the close, we have a Fed speaker. So nothing here to really affect the market. News-wise, government, of course, has reopened. Everything seems to be looking good there. Let's keep an eye to the futures today, because those futures, Dow futures, are still acting quite erratic. They may be trying to stabilize right now, but there is a little concern in those futures, so maybe keep an eye on that. On the earnings front, we had about 67 companies reporting earnings today, and you know, we're going to see earnings out of like a lot of blue chippers, like Johnson & Johnson is supposed to report. Procter & Gamble, looks like Procter reported poorly. J&J reported well. We've got Kimberly-Clark that's supposed to report today. It looks like it has reported well. We have lots of stuff like that going on today. Lots of earnings coming out. So keep that in mind as we look forward. You know, and this afternoon we have Texas Instruments that has just been on an amazing tear to the upside that reports today. Canadian Railroad reports today after the close. Cree reports today after the close. So right now there's a lot of earnings starting to pop up, and we're just only going to accelerate that. You know, on Thursday right now we're showing 161 companies reporting. So today, we're increasing that by 100 over the next 2 days. So keep that in mind. We're really ramping up in those earnings. Look for more volatility in the market as a result. As these earnings come out. Can these companies continue to prove that these elevated prices are justifiable? If they can, look out. We could still go higher, like Netflix. Holy cow. But if they report poorly, like I think Verizon reported today, and they reported, I think, just a penny or two shy of what they were expected to report. But that's not even getting punished right now. We're moving higher here in Verizon at the moment. So they missed by a penny or two. They must have had a good revenue report on that to make the market want to continue to move it higher. So everything's coming up roses. Every reason to believe that the market is going to remain strong. Just have that plan in place to protect your profits, protect your capital, and for goodness sakes, don't chase a stock that's well within its run. You're not missing out. Well, let's just say this: you have missed out, so don't chase it and end up being the last guy to get in the water just before the tide goes out. So with that, folks, I want to say thank you very much. Have a great day. I wish you all fantastic profits. If this is the first time you've seen these videos, please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button on YouTube, the follow me button on Facebook. Click those thumbs up buttons. I really do appreciate that. And drop a comment if you feel it's worthy. And then if you feel that this is something that could be useful to other folks, friends and family, please feel free to share this video with anyone. Everyone, have a great day. I'll talk to you all very, very soon, bright and early tomorrow morning.